And Mainak, I'm really happy to see that your accent is still that refined and polished, which it was about 4 years ago. I remember, and Mainak, we have Kenneth joining us from Pennsylvania. Uh,
Yeah.
Kenneth, he's Mainak, and Mainak. So Kenneth, I trained Mainak a long time ago. He approached me in 2020, if I'm not wrong, or maybe 21, early 21, and he worked really hard, like just like you. Even he showed that persistence and perseverance. And here I have Mainak with me, and I'm really happy to see that all the sounds, that he learned are still there. Mainak had uh, Eastern influences in his accent, which we cleared. And I won't say his accent was like really bad to start with. It was a nice neutral accent, but it was never this Americanized. And there were some sounds which were influenced, and anybody could make out that this guy has some problems. But now, I'm really happy, Manik, to see that even 4 years later, you are still the same. So that's good. Uh,
Thank you,
I'll
sir.
come to I'll come to Kenneth first, and then Manik, I'll come to you again. So Kenneth, how is it going? And I can see that you have been observing Manik. What do you have to say? Something?
Yeah, actually, I'm quite impressed like with what he did because Abhishek did share a few clips a while ago about you, like the way you talk,
Right.
and I kind of enjoyed it, like looking at it. I was like, okay, that's like quite good because these are standards that I want to achieve. Now, I to me it's kind of like also like I have the skill, but like I'm mentally I don't get it that much. And then when I see you, it's kind of outstanding like how you do it. Because the moment you opened up and I was like, wow, that guy, like really it would be hard if I would like close my eyes and say, okay, that's like a native Indian guy. Like it would be hard to like pinpoint it. Like you could not tell. Like, and I kind of enjoyed it because the flow was good. I was just observing and I was like, Abhishek could see me smiling. So I told
Right.
him, like, I'm gonna enjoy this conversation today. And because I've been practicing as well. But sometimes you just get lazy. So I'm gonna use you as a motivation to like push myself beyond the boundaries. So let's see how it goes.
All right. Manik, you heard Kenneth speaking for about a minute or so. What do you think of his accent?
Well, I think he has gotten pretty good command on the accent. His accent is very um, lucid. It's clear. It's very understandable. It's quite of the native influenced, and it's really like he has been living in the States for so many years, and it's really very impressive, as what I can say from my understanding.
Right. Yep, that is Manik. Kenneth has worked really hard, and Kenneth has undertaken, I mean, he has undergone two courses with me. And during the first course, we
All
worked
right.
on his influences, and the second course is to bring that rhythm. And Kenneth is very determined. So I'm going to begin this interactive session with you guys, and if others want to join, because I've sent the link to everyone, they can join whenever possible. So, Kenneth, I'd like you to begin, and why don't you introduce yourself to Mainak? And if you have any questions for him, you can please feel free to ask.
So
So,
right
over to you.
now, yeah. So right now, I live in Pennsylvania. Like it's a small town called Erie. Um, so like I graduate in December. So I'm like planning to like finish all of my thing and hopefully move to the city. I remember Abhishek saying that you are into, like voice acting or something like that. Is it?
No, no, that's a different person. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because I had that thing because when you started to talk, I could see like, okay, that's like a very impressive like speech, like the
Right.
English is outstanding, and I was like, okay, because pushing yourself that much is very impressive, and Abhishek has like introduced me to a lot of students, so like I just forgot, I got confused maybe with someone else.
Right, right. And
Um,
Kenneth, let me tell you, just sorry to interrupt, but this guy Menak, he lives in Chitranjan, which is a town in West Bengal. And if you
okay.
go to this town, Menak, if I'm not wrong, not many people understand English there, right? It's mostly Bengali and Hindi. You told me once.
Um, it's kind of like a conglomeration, or it's a kind of like mixture of different cultures of the people
Right,
living there.
right.
And I can just tell you there have been people who mostly speak Hindi, and
Hmm.
people also, there are many proportions of the people who speak Bengali as well, Punjabi,
Right,
Gujarati. There have been people who speak Nepali as well.
right, right,
And well, English is undoubtedly the official language, as it's the administration or the jurisdiction is under the central government, that is
right,
under the Indian government. So, um, but people are not well acquainted with conversation with English as being the core language. But
right,
um, mostly, but as of now, as of 2024, I can tell you that um, it's been so many Hindi speakers. It's the
right.
kind of majority of the people right now. So the proportions of the Bengali speakers have actually deteriorated. So
Right,
it's yeah.
right. And the
Uh,
reason I rose this point is because it's so difficult to practice this accent in an environment where English is not spoken too much, and accent is like, let alone the accent. So yes. So Kenneth, over to you again. You can continue.
So like I know why Abhishek like said this, like he pointed this
Right.
out because for me, I work from home. So I get out of my house, I hit the gym, and I live alone. I don't have any roommates or any kind of people around me. So I get out of the house, I go to the gym, I come back, and I'm at my desk. Like this is exactly my desk, and I'm like working all day. So my practice is going on a little bit here and there, but I don't go out that much. I don't need to go out. So for me, it's like, let's say if I get some groceries, the delivery guy comes in and I record our conversation and I send it to Abhishek. So my interactions are like minimum. I can go out, but I'm like, okay, I don't need to go out. And like, so, I get a bit lazy in that aspect. So I'm like very impressed, like when a person like you is like in a place where English is maybe not the first language, and then you have this great like accent in. So
my
um
pleasure indeed, Kenneth.
one last question. I mean one more question. How do you like Abhishek if so Mainak like he went in for a neutral accent or he went like for something specific? Like what was it? Like
So I remember Manek went for the American accent
okay,
specifically. He never had a chance to go for the neutral one, but
okay,
we did have to neutralize quite a few sounds in his accent first, and then change them into the American accent. So
gotcha.
there was some neutralization involved in the beginning.
Okay.
Yes.
So why I asked this because the R sound in American English.
Right.
Abhishek knows how much I don't like it. Like
Right.
the post-vocalic R's and the ending R's.
Right.
So how did you like get over it? Like just practice or like how was it? Like, oh, was it easy for you?
Well, in the beginning, it was quite challenging for me to roll the R's. Like
Right.
it was. I had the influence in the beginning, as what I can tell you, like it was kind of like that kind of
Yeah.
rolling influence. So as I used to, I had a Bengali accent before, and I used to say stuffs like words, certain words like right. Then you have then return, like right return, like
Okay.
Yeah.
like
Right.
that
Remember that.
voice. So, and still I'm trying to minimize that, uh, the chance of making mistakes, of not kind of rolling those R's. And I did practice by keeping my tongue curled for just a couple of seconds, in that structure, in that articulated position. And yeah, that was quite challenging, and that was quite a bit paining for me in the facial
Right.
articulation structure. So, but I ultimately got the hang of it.
Right.
Yeah, so the R sound, like we see, like if I do not have problem with initial R's, like I can say roll and rail and like ride, but like sometimes the memory, like the muscle memory, like
Right.
Abhishek told me takes time.
Yep.
Right now, I am still like the hardest part is the ending R's. Like for example, I can say things like walker, like loner, like something like liar, fire, like I'm still like practicing it, and I keep sending the voice clips, but sometimes I'm like, dude, that R sound is so annoying. Like I wish I could like drop it, but like I cannot. And
Right.
I noticed that your R's are quite good. So I was like, wow, okay, he got it. So this is a lot of like practicing and like
Right.
doing it up and down.
It
That's
was
quite
indeed.
impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
it
was
was
quite
indeed.
And
impressive.
so the Indian R's, they are of course Indian accent is influenced by the British accent, and I'm talking about the neutral Indian accent. So, as you know, American R is a rhotic R. It has to be pronounced every time, whether it's post-vocalic or, I mean, yeah, post-vocalic, of course. And the Indian R follows the British rule. So, most Indian speakers have had a habit of keeping the R silent in post-vocalic areas. So it has got cemented into your brain so much so that it easily takes about weeks of practice, weeks of putting your tongue into the same position, and then you are able to pronounce the R in some of the most common words. So, Kenneth, I remember I checked your audio last evening, and I could see that all the final R's were finally developed in your accent. You were pronouncing them really nicely. I did not find any of the R's turning post-alveolar and sounding rough or sounding or not sounding at all. So that's actually a good uh, achievement. And I think if you continue your practice, the muscle memory is going to get developed finally. Yep. All right, guys, over to you.
Do you have any questions to ask?
Menak,
Oh,
Kenneth suggested yes. So do you have anything to ask Kenneth or anything that you would want to suggest to Kenneth? Anything?
so my first question to Kenneth is that, were you born? I'm sorry. Well, I mean, were you a resident of India before?
Yes, I am
Now that's
native
a
Indian.
compliment, Kenneth.
I am native Indian, dude. I'm actually from Mumbai.